Solving a two-step equation with signed fractions. In your Aleks pie, mouse over the light green slice, Linear Equations and Inequalities, to reveal the drop-down list of topics you need to cover. Click on Solving a two-step equation with signed fractions. Here's an example problem. Solve for W. 7/5 W minus 5/9 equals negative 4/3. Let's click Explain. There are two different ways to solve this problem, but I think this first way is the easier way. Finding the least common denominator of 5, 9, and 3. Which is 45. To review how you find least common denominator, you can list the multiples of each of the denominator until you find the smallest one that they all have in common. And so listing the multiples of 5 and 9 and 3, the smallest one they have in common is 45. So the least common denominator is 45. And then multiply both sides of the equation by 45 to get these fractions into whole numbers that are easier to work with. And so with the distributive property, 45 times parentheses 7/5 W minus 5/9 is the same thing as 45 times 7/5 W plus 45 times negative 5/9, and then on the right, it's just 45 times negative 4/3. And then we get whole numbers, like I said, that are easier to work with. So 63W minus 25 equals negative 60. And then finish solving the equation. Add 25 to both sides. So you get 63W equals negative 35. Divide both sides by 63. So then we have this fraction of negative 35 over 63, and we can just reduce that to negative 5/9 to solve for W. The other way you can do it is not work with the least common denominator, but just solve for W and leave everything as fractions. Multiply both sides by the reciprocal of 7/5, which is 5/7, to get W by itself, and then on the right, 5/7 times negative 7/9, in cross-canceling, the 7s will cancel out, so then you just have 5 times 1 over 1 times negative 9, so W equals negative 5/9. Either way is fine, but for the rest of this video, I'm going to solve using the first way, where you find the least common denominator. Let's try another one. Solve for U. Negative 1/7 equals negative half U minus 2/3. Here are my notes. Negative 1/7 equals negative half U minus 2/3. So first I needed to find the least common denominator for 7, 2, and 3, which is 42. And then multiply both sides by 42. So 42 times negative 1/7 equals negative 6. And then use the distributive property over here. So 42 times negative half U is negative 21U, and 42 times negative 2/3 is negative 28. So negative 6 equals negative 21U minus 28. And then add 28 to both sides. I get 22 equals negative 21U. And then to solve for U, divide both sides by negative 21. And so then over here, we have this fraction of 22 divided by negative 21, and it can't be reduced, so my answer is negative 22 21sts for U. In my Aleks screen, type in the answer that I got in my notes. Negative 22 21sts. And click Next, and it says that I got the correct answer. Thanks for watching.